So one of the two main automations inside Kit is called rules. So in the automate menu, if you navigate to rules, click on that, and in the top right corner you see a button that says new rule, click that, and this takes us into the rule editor. So the way rules work inside Kit, if you think of if this thing happens, then do this thing. Then that kind of keeps you on the right track when you think about how it behaves. But there are subtleties to it, so I'm going to show you some of those at the moment. So if we split this screen in two halves, the left hand side is all about triggers. So that's the events or the things that are going to initiate an automation, a rule being activated, okay, or being fired. So on the left hand side we've got these that are this list of potential triggers. So we've got when someone subscribes to a sequence, someone subscribes to a form, someone completes a sequence, clicks a link, has a tag added or has a tag removed. So those are the 6 potential triggers we can use to fire off an automation rule inside Kit. On the right hand side are the actions. So these are the things that we want Kit to do for us if the trigger is fired. And there's actually 7 actions on the right hand side. So one is subscribe a subscriber to a sequence, unsubscribe a subscriber from a sequence, subscribe a subscriber to a form, unsubscribe them from a form, add a tag to their profile, remove a tag from their profile, or set a value of a custom field. Okay. Now, the other thing to note about triggers and actions is they behave subtly different. And what I mean by that is, on the left hand side, triggers operate on an OR basis. Now what I mean by that is, let's say we set a trigger to be when a tag is added, and I say whenever that tag gets added, then I want you to do the following. I want you to subscribe them to a sequence. I'm just going to pick a sequence at random. So this rule is now saying every time that tag is added to someone's profile, this demo subscribers list tag, then I want you to go and subscribe that person to this sequence. Okay, so that's the rule. However, this little plus button here allows me to add a second trigger. And let's say I say the second trigger is if let's say someone completes a sequence. So I could say if they complete I'm going to say try to pick one that makes kind of, let's just call it the demo sequence. So I'm going to say if the demo subscriber list tag is added, and then because I've put a second trigger in, it means that or they complete this sequence, then if either of those two things happen, then do the action on the right hand side. So it needs to be both of these triggers happening, it's just one of them. So if either one of these fires, then it'll do the action on the other side. Now, on the action side, it behaves differently. On the action side, rather than using in the or condition, it uses the and condition. So what I mean by that is if I add another action in here on the right hand side, let's say, so the first action is subscribing to a sequence. Let's say I'm going to now remove a tag as well. I'm going to say remove the tag. Again, I'll pick a tag at random. Let's say the SEO tag. Let's say I'm going to use that. So now the way I've got this configured, I've told Kit that if that trigger gets fired or that trigger gets fired, then I want you to complete this action and this action. So on the right hand side, all these things will happen, and on the left hand side, it's based on just one of them happening. So once you've got your rule configured the way you want it to configure, all you do is click save, and you'll see you've got a message down here that says rule enabled down here at the bottom left. And once that rule is enabled, that rule will be applied across your entire Kit account to any subscriber who meets the criteria you've set in here, irrespective of where they are. If they're in a visual automation or not in a visual automation, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. These rules, these automation rules, sit at a global level on your account, and they will be triggered, and those actions will be executed by Kit regardless of where the subscriber is in your system. So it's a powerful tool in the automation suite inside Kit. Once you begin to build out your system, you'll come up with things that you want to happen, and you'll find that automation rules will work nicely for what it is you want to do. So that's how you create an automation rule inside Kit.